A nation divided, the Dred Scott decision. The Dred Scott decision, delivered by the Supreme Court in 1857, highlighted the deep divisions in the United States. This case, centered around an enslaved man named Dred Scott, pushed the nation closer to civil war. The decision exacerbated tensions over slavery and its expansion. It was a microcosm of the moral and political struggles of the period. The case laid bare fundamental disagreements about citizenship and freedom. It had profound consequences, shaping American history. The Dred Scott decision reminds us of the fragility of democracy and the importance of justice and equality. It continues to resonate today, urging us to confront injustice. The man behind the case, Dred Scott's quest for freedom. Dred Scott's journey began in the slaveholding South, where he endured the harsh realities of bondage. Born into slavery in Virginia around 1799, Scott's life was a testament to resilience. He was sold to various owners, experiencing brutality firsthand. In 1832, Scott was taken to Illinois and Fort Snelling, where slavery was prohibited. This period in free territories became crucial in his legal fight. After returning to Missouri, Scott saw hope for his family. With abolitionist lawyers, he filed suit in 1846, claiming his time on free soil should grant freedom. His case reached the Supreme Court, changing American history. A controversial ruling: the Supreme Court's judgment. The Supreme Court's decision in the Dred Scott case, delivered on March 6, 1857, sent shockwaves through the nation. Chief Justice Roger B. Taney, speaking for the majority, issued a ruling that shocked even some proponents of slavery with its far-reaching implications. The court ruled that Dred Scott, despite his time spent in free territory, was not a citizen and therefore had no standing to sue in federal court. The court went further, declaring that the Missouri Compromise, which had prohibited slavery in certain territories, was unconstitutional. Taney argued that Congress had no power to restrict the expansion of slavery into the territories, effectively opening the door for the expansion of slavery into Western territories. The decision sent a clear message. Enslaved people were not citizens but property, and they had no rights that white people were bound to respect. The ruling sent a shock through the nation, deepening the divide between North and South. It was a victory for slaveholders and a crushing blow to the abolitionist movement. Section 4. Shockwaves across the nation, immediate reactions and consequences. The Dred Scott decision ignited a firestorm of controversy across the United States. Newspapers were filled with editorials either praising or condemning the decision, depending on their stance on slavery. Abolitionists were outraged, viewing the ruling as a betrayal of the principles of freedom and equality upon which the nation was founded. They saw it as a validation of the South's view of enslaved people as mere property. In the North, the decision galvanized the anti-slavery movement, strengthening the resolve of those who sought to abolish the institution. The Republican Party, founded on an anti-slavery platform, gained significant momentum as a result of the ruling. The decision further polarized the nation, deepening the chasm between North and South. The South, on the other hand, largely celebrated the decision as a victory for states' rights and a vindication of their way of life. They saw it as a confirmation of their belief that slavery was a constitutional right protected by the government. The decision emboldened Southern slaveholders, hardening their stance on the issue of slavery and making compromise increasingly difficult. Section 5. Fanning the flames of discord, the decision's role in the path to war. The Dred Scott decision is widely considered a major catalyst in the chain of events that led to the Civil War. By effectively legalizing slavery in all territories, the decision shattered the fragile political balance that had held the nation together. It inflamed tensions between North and South, making peaceful resolution of the slavery issue seem all but impossible. The decision fueled the growing sectionalism that was tearing the nation apart. It deepened the mistrust between North and South, making civil war seem more likely. The decision also had a profound impact on the 1860 presidential election, contributing to the victory of Abraham Lincoln and the Republican Party, which ran on a platform opposing the expansion of slavery. The Southern states, fearing that their way of life was under threat, viewed Lincoln's election as a justification for secession. They believed that the federal government was no longer protecting their interests, and that their only option was to form their own independent nation where slavery would be protected. Section 6. A legacy of injustice. The Dred Scott decision's enduring impact. The Dred Scott decision remains a chilling reminder of a dark chapter in American history. It serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of racial prejudice and the fragility of freedom. The decision's legacy continues to shape our understanding of race, citizenship, and the ongoing struggle for equality in the United States. The decision also highlights the importance of a fair and impartial judiciary, one that upholds the rights of all citizens regardless of race or social status. The Dred Scott case stands as a cautionary tale, reminding us that even the highest court in the land can err, and that those errors can have devastating consequences for generations to come. The Dred Scott decision, while a low point in American legal history, ultimately served as a catalyst for change. It galvanized the abolitionist movement, fueled the flames of the Civil War, and ultimately paved the way for the end of slavery in the United States. It serves as a reminder of the importance of fighting for justice, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. Section 7. Lessons learned, reflecting on a pivotal moment in American history. The Dred Scott decision stands as a pivotal moment in American history, a stark reminder of the fragility of freedom and the enduring legacy of slavery. It offers valuable lessons about the importance of vigilance in safeguarding civil liberties, the dangers of unchecked judicial power, and the need to confront injustice in all its forms. The decision reminds us that the pursuit of justice is an ongoing process, one that requires constant vigilance and a willingness to challenge the status quo. It teaches us that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance, and that the fight for equality must continue until all citizens are truly free. The Dred Scott decision, though a tragedy for Scott and